Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. What a cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. What a cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I've got Rodna Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
We've got Pamela Ray with us.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! So, Ronnie, what's been going on with you lately?
I was looking at what's going on with Pete Davidson, the whole scandal. Like, it's not necessarily a scandal, but just like he was performing in Florida with some college kids, and all these kids had their phones out
Recording him,
and he kind of went off and called them retards. Just said it is in context, but I'm just like, I kind of agree with him. Because just like as a comic, I don't really put my things up on social media, and I don't put a lot of YouTube stuff up just because I have that myself. But people steal your material, and it's like a real
That's a problem.
Thing. It's
a real
major
thing,
problem with the internet. And as a comic that writes my own material, like I can't put it up on YouTube because if I put it up on YouTube, somebody in Texas is going to do it, or some comic in LA is going to start using it.
The only time I'll put something up on YouTube is like if I have a new tape that I'm using for submitting to festivals. So like that's like the only thing. But
that's your tape.
Yeah.
That you're choosing to put online, and
Yeah.
you know who owns it and where.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly,
different.
because you know, because if you're
Yeah.
giving it to people specifically to audition for a festival,
Yeah. Right.
but if you put it on YouTube, anybody that can just Google, get on
Or
YouTube,
like
can
if
find it.
Comics want to put up a minute of their stuff or a few minutes of their stuff for it to be shared and as a way to like get the word out about them, great.
Yeah.
But the issue, because I disagree with Pete Davidson calling kids that word.
Right.
Don't do that.
I
because then
disagree
you
with
made
that.
it so you are almost bullying them or being mean to them. Instead, couldn't you have yelled at them without calling them a name? Like, couldn't you just yelled at them? Because I agree with him. I, in my contract, have that you cannot film my shows because otherwise you own it, not me. And like we know when we go to Broadway shows, we're not supposed to film. We know when we go to movie theaters, we're not supposed to film. We know that's illegal. So why is it okay to
do it to comics.
film a
Right,
comic
to
when
film
it's a
comics.
no filming theater?
Zone, right?
Yeah.
Like
It makes it harder for us to get work.
it does make it harder.
When
right, exactly.
everyone's
because, like,
footage is spreading out. And it
your
makes
footage is spinning out. Like I don't. People don't understand like how it works. Like
Yeah.
it's not like rappers. Like every single time I get up on stage, I'm like doing something different. No, like a lot of times, I recycle the same material, but it depends on your audience.
or
and,
rappers like they want people to know the words and sing along or be a part of it.
Well, because music is a different thing.
Right, with us,
it's
it's-
completely different
yeah.
than comedy.
And
Have you ever
So-
had the experience of being on stage and having the audience start telling you your jokes?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Because I tour with this one woman show and it has the same group of jokes. And there are people who have come to see me numerous times. And I've had a few times where someone has yelled out the punchline before I got there.
And it's so fucking weird. Like
It's good intentions, I think, when this happens to me, or like at least I've never had anyone do it maliciously.
I
but-
don't think that they did it maliciously, but like I was at a show and this woman had like seen me a bunch of times, and she started telling the joke with me, and I like was like, whoa, like it was like such a weird feeling. And then I said to myself, you know something? I do this every time I go to a concert. I'm a real piece of shit. Like it's like I stopped doing it. I totally stopped. So like now when I go to concerts and I feel myself trying to sing the song, I'm like, no, don't do
Well, but I feel like singing is a different thing. Like we know what your song is. We've listened to it several times. I feel like
Unless
there is
the
a
performer's like, sing it with me,
Oh, you don't stand up and sing it?
then I'm not singing it because they haven't invited you in yet.
I kind of agree. Also,
Oh no, I'm like every.
but I think music, there's like a little more wiggle room. But I recently did a one-woman show thing, and someone had their phone up, and I knew that my contract was very clear, and this person was Facebook Living my entire performance without
Oh
consent.
no!
So, and I had to like go up after and like be like, "Can you take it down?" And this person was like, "I don't have that many people who follow me," and I was like, "I don't care. Like, it's not."
No, we had Yamanika
And
Sanders.
it's someone who's a great human who did it. By the way, I should say that in case she sees this.
We had Yamanika Sanders on one of the Fashion Be Funny shows.
Yeah.
And she's going to be on the next Fashion Be Funny, which I'm very excited about. But somebody was recording her, and she said right in the middle of her set,
"Yeah, stop.
Is this motherfucker recording me? Stop. If you don't stop, I'm leaving the set right now. I'm leaving the stage like completely." Like, and that's how it should be, I feel like, just because
as a comic, you own your material.
Yeah.
And so if I want to put it online, I made that decision. I put it online. But if you decide to put it online, that's not fair. You then own it.
Right.
And if it goes viral from your post, then you're
the one that's gone viral,
right?
not
that's
me.
Not fair.
And it's different every time, and I want you to pay attention to me and not be recording me. First of all,
Yeah,
like,
live in the moment.
Live in the
That's
moment.
The problem with like this generation is that they live through a screen, and even if something is happening to them live in front of their face, they're so busy taking a selfie in front of it or like streaming it or Snapchatting it that they're like not experiencing their life. Like it's like they have to curate moments of their life through a screen. And I think that it's something very sad and weird. And I think that social media absolutely is 100% the driver between it. And like I remember like a few years ago I had gone to Miami with my friends, and they were taking pictures of fucking everything. And I'm not a big picture taker. Like I don't take a lot of pictures.
We don't. How right? I have to remind us to take pictures of the pot. We don't even. We hang out all the time. At least once a week. When do we take pictures together?
We never take pictures because like I'm just not a picture person, and like we're like in this thing, and they're like, and then they want me to take pictures of everything, but that and like oh, like can you take that picture again? It's like, bitch, I didn't want to take the first one. Like it's just like, and they're like, oh, like can you take this picture? Can you take that picture? And they're taking pictures of everything, and then like it took them like 3 days before they said, you know something, you haven't taken a picture of anything. And I'm like, right, because I'm taking pictures with my mind.
Living in the moment.
Like, you know, it's like these are memories.
Hello.
Like,
When I worked with teens, and I still do, but when I like that was like my full-time professional job, I all the time a kid would say something and someone would be like, tweet it. And finally I was like, why don't we tweet it by writing it on this wall?
yeah.
right.
And I made them like put their phones away. And I was like, if it's so funny, write it on this wall and not your Facebook wall. This is a real wall. I put paper here for it.
Well, because
like, that's what we did.
That's kind of like my problem is with Twitter. Like, why I don't really like if you people probably follow me on Twitter, but I don't tweet. I just don't. I don't like the idea of I'm just gonna throw some like thoughts up here and just see what people say about it. I feel
Twitter
like
when I'm alone on the
it's
road.
weird.
I just feel like I'm not good at tweeting and I don't get responses, so I just feel like I'm screaming into the dark. Whereas like Facebook, I feel like I get reaction and people talk and
Facebook.
stuff
I get
like
some
that.
reactions. My most reactions are on Instagram.
So you take pictures
Because I take pictures, but like I take pictures specifically for Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm not taking pictures all day. I don't really do Instagram live. Like
Right.
what?
Although Instagram Live, I think, stop.
Oh, did it?
No, I think we should stop.
Oh.
Like whenever I get a notification that someone just went live, I like want to unfollow them.
Yeah.
It depends on.
Put it
on
on
who
your
it
story.
is.
Doesn't need to be live.
Yeah. It's
It
I
depends
use
on who it
my
is. I have like
Instagram-
celebrities. Like I'm a fanboy.
Okay,
for
fine.
certain
If you're like
celebrities.
hugely famous, go for it. But if you're my
right,
mother,
like famous people, like that's fine. But like,
it's like I just made this chicken pot pie. Like
right, no, right, exactly,
just ate a chip.
right.
Gonna eat another.
Even though I feel like people probably want to
Can't
see
have just one.
the behind the scenes stuff that's happening in Fashion Be Funny and what I'm doing, but like I don't have time to be doing Fashion Be Funny
you're doing
and
it.
hosting and doing Instagram Live at the same time. It's not the same. Like
Yeah.
I need to be.
I use like Instagram for like comedy, but like I don't like do like pictures. Like I just use I'd use it for screenshots of like dating apps because like I have so much bad luck on dating apps. So like whenever somebody like sends me like a crazy message, I'll Instagram that. But like it's just like that's like my almost all of my Instagram is just messages from dating apps from guys being super creepy.
I like that.
Because they are.
Because they're so creepy. It's like
Yeah, social media. Don't you just wish it would stop? Sometimes just end. What would the world be like if there was just no social media?
Sometimes I wish we would go back to no internet.
I
like miss the days of like board games or like hanging out. I just like sometimes I feel like I want people to like put their phones away. Yeah.
Like I was a bookworm.
I
like,
wish the
book
world
nerd,
had like
all my
you
life.
get 2 hours of it a day. Like
Yeah.
internet turns on from 6 to 8. And then it's back off for the all of
Then
us.
that would be crazy because everybody would be
I
like,
remember-
oh fuck, it's 6 to 8.
I know.
6
Yeah,
o'clock.
right,
Everybody
everybody
would-
running,
nobody would be doing
shopping.
shit from
Yeah.
6 to 8.
Everybody.
Or like you get it for 2 hours as a human and you can pick when it is.
yeah.
I don't know. I just came up with this and I don't think it's a good idea, but I just sometimes wish
I would be nice.
We
though,
could go back
if
to, like,
you-
lighting
If it
candles
was like
at night.
allotted, like because I was a sex addict, and partially because I was on my grinder 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
spending the whole day doing that. Like,
Do you think that you were a sex addict before the apps?
no? I definitely know that
I want
the
to see
apps
studies on this.
opened up a door that was not readily available. Now, like the way the Grinder app works is you're here and it shows you the guys in your closest vicinity. If somebody's on it in this building right now, it'll just say 200 feet away.
Did you have to delete the app?
I did.
You
I
did.
completely
Good
deleted
for
it.
you.
Yeah. I mean, I re-downloaded it, but I'm using it in a different level. now.
Okay.
Like in a different plane. Like I'm actually talking to guys and it's like not.
So you're like trying to
instantly
find a
meeting guys.
connection, not
Trying to
just
find
sex.
a connection a little bit, but I could also downloaded other apps. ASOS. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's another app. But you got to pay for it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I'm
Like baby steps.
baby steps, right? But I've been working and just focusing on myself more so than just like being on these apps. But they take control of your life, and it's not just Grinder. People are constantly on Facebook. They're constantly on Instagram. Like, when is the last time you took a shit and you didn't have your phone in your hand?
Oh, I don't do that because I'm too much of a klutz. Like I will drop my phone in the toilet. I've done that before.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You're like one of the only Americans.
Yeah,
Like,
I know it because like
'Cause I feel
that,
like
and I'm
everybody
also like
else-
afraid that like like if someone's hacking into your phone, they're just like watching you like shitting. Like that's just weird.
they're
I
watching
hadn't thought
everybody
about
shitting.
that.
Yeah,
Everybody,
but, like
everybody's taking a shit on their phone. Like everybody's sitting.
Yeah, but,
those
like,
likes
you
that you're
got some,
seeing.
like-
They don't
you're
only see
getting
you
likes.
pooping, they see your chest and your double chin and your face.
Yeah, but then like they like if you're having a
But your
hard
shit
one, they see
face-
like your
How often do you think people are watching us through our phones?
all the time.
All the
Really?
time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation about something on my phone or through
Listening.
text message.
Listening.
And
But if they're listening, they can also watch you. It's what's
Yeah,
to
'cause your
say that they're
camera's
not?
attached.
Yeah, like why would you listen and not watch?
This is giving me anxiety.
Sorry.
right. Got an iPhone. Let's hear. They probably listening right
I
now.
should-
Shit.
Yeah.
Watch
Like-
my phone just
Should
cut off
block
for no
the
reason.
camera.
I do that on my computer.
You
I
block
to-
your camera.
Yeah,
Just put like a post-it note there.
yeah. I block the camera on my computer, but like, so I remember I was on Facebook and I was using Facebook Messenger to chat with like one of my friends that's in England, and we were making some sort of joke about fanny packs, and because I guess in England they call a fanny pack a bum bag or something like that.
Okay.
And so like we were just like joking about these fanny packs, and then I said to him, watch that now we've been like messaging back and forth about fanny packs. I'm going to get a shit ton of ads for fanny packs.
Yeah.
When I go onto Instagram, the first picture that comes up is a fucking ad for a fanny pack. And I like took a screenshot of it and I sent him to him like, look at this.
I think listening happens, but I don't think watching happens. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive.
Yeah.
I hope I'm right.
No.
You can be right.
Maybe. Right. But
my
like
God,
Marissa said,
they're
why would they
so
listen and not
videos.
watch?
Yeah, but I think watching is totally different technology, right?
It's the camera is right there.
The
It's like
camera's
the same
right here.
thing.
Oh no.
Like it's the same thing with like because I think I watch.
Did you see my Tourette's just get bad? My whole body was like,
Your whole show. Oh no! What you been doing on the camera?
my anxiety went from like a 4 where it lives to an 11.
No, because like honestly, like even with like facial recognition, they need to have hours and hours of footage to like be able to do facial recognition for like video and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
Like
I got face recognition on my phone.
yeah, it's obviously watching you because you need
Obviously
it.
watching you.
Right, because I'm able to go like this.
Terrifying.
Boop! Just open up my phone.
Did that really
Yeah.
work?
Yeah. All you gotta do is just press it on your face. Boop. Now you try to do it. It won't open up.
You just press this button?
Yeah, press the button on the side.
What button?
This button's on the
That
side.
right here?
Yeah.
This one?
No, yeah. Try to open it up.
No.
Code. Told you.
I thought I looked just like you.
Well, now this is an interesting thing, though. So, like, they're saying that a lot of like the video facial recognition technology, only works on white men, so that they can only differentiate a white man from a white man, but they can't differentiate women from women or people of color from people of color. And it's like this is why they haven't rolled it out yet, is because it's like, let's say for like white men, it's like 99% accurate of like picking like they'll have, let's say, video footage of like Times Square, and it is 99% accurate of picking and identifying the white men in the crowd.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the people creating it.
That's what I think. I think that it's.
I hate to
I
say
think
that.
it's like
That's
it's a like a cultural bias
Right.
of the programmers that they can
They
only
need to hire programmers of different colors and cultures.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And gender.
Yeah.
But like I think that's the reason why is because they see all women the same, they see all people of color the same.
so awful.
But like that's just like, oh well, that's not Chad, that's John. And like
It's not Nick, that's Chris.
but it's like
We don't know the difference between anyone else.
it's like, oh no,
Hold on, that's a lot of Black Chris.
Is that, yeah. No, that's
Right.
Black Chris number 1. No, that's
Right.
Black Chris number 2. Wait, it's
That's
like
Chris Washington.
it's like aren't they all Chris Washington? Like,
Oh, that's bad.
Chris Jackson.
why did that give you memories?
Huh?
You kind of like were like, ooh, Chris Jackson. Like you kind of like gave a little look up there,
A little
like
thumb there.
yeah. I was like, who the hell is that? Because you're looking at him like a fine dinner, like.
Chris
Like
Jackson
an
was-
appetizer, if you will.
Chris Jackson was a full entree, all right?
Oh,
Oh.
he was a full entree.
Was he dessert too?
Was he a 5-course
no,
meal?
I was dessert.
You were his hot fudge sundae.
Hello.
I must
What
be hungry
about
because that sounds good now too.
Right.
Every time we've compared sex to food, I've been like, I'm hungry. Not I'm horny,
Hungry and horny.
which I am.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
No,
Like-
right? It's that same feeling in your gut.
Except well, I was about to say go home and fix the hunger, but I guess I could fix the horny too. It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's like eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
But
I mean, well, hold on. Back to hungry and horny. It's nothing wrong with, like, masturbating a little bit.
Listen,
and
I
then,
agree.
having a burger.
yeah, but it's
In
still
that order?
McDonald's. Like you're eating McDonald's
Oh, do you have a
and
burger?
McDonald's.
Sometimes
Well, no, you
McDonald's
have
is good.
No, yeah, you have a burger first, then you masturbate.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like
And then you pass out.
Yes.
I want a damn filet mignon. I don't want this fucking quarter pounder with cheese. Is what I'm saying.
Sometimes I like McDonald's, and I'm not going to feel bad about that.
Sometimes I like it too.
I can fill up on $2 for McDonald's because one little cheeseburger and a small fry is a great meal for me at 4'6".
Yeah. And it's at 5
I like the
it's the same.
McDouble
Yeah.
with bacon. The bacon. Wait, the
I order a
the
kids
bacon
meal when I go to
McDouble.
McDonald's.
I like a double cheeseburger with Big Mac sauce.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have an order? I like it. I
Give me the
like
extra
it.
cheese
I like
and throw that sauce on
it.
top.
What happened to Mr. Don't order stuff that's not on the menu?
Double cheeseburger is on the menu.
already on the menu. You're just adding for additional
I'm
of
just
what's
adding
there.
Big Mac sauce, 30 cents.
It's already back there.
Right, it's already
He
there.
isn't like, but can you
You're
come
already
by?
throwing it on the Mac sauce. It's not like I'm saying, do you have vegan avocados?
Right, that's what I was saying.
The fuck, bitch?
Can you crack an egg on top with soft yolk?
Oh, I told this guy today he ordered flatbread, right? And I was like, do you think anything else is good? And I was like, yeah, the nachos, this, like that cheese. And he was like, but I'm trying to be good. And I was like, you trying to be good, but you order pizza? And he was like, oh, you right.
Protein. Get
But right.
protein, dude.
I mean, right.
Did he
He's
end up
probably
getting a
thinking flatbread
salad?
It's all
is small.
type of greasy.
Yeah. So now, Pam, do you like ever experience like writer's block?
Yes. I've been in the midst of it for a while now.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't feel like I've written any joke I'm excited about in
Okay.
months. I have hundreds of premises that I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
But I have not written a joke that I like can't wait to get on stage and tell. in
Okay, we
probably
should talk. Okay, so
5 months.
this is like interesting. So what's like your process?
So it's always a little bit different, but I always have a thing in my phone called Funny Shit, and everything I see and hear and say that I think is great, I put in there. And then, like, when I'm on tour, if I'm alone in my hotel room, I'll sit there and I'll just try to take it and turn it into bits or jokes or whatever. And I just, like, it hasn't been working for me. I might need to find an entirely new process, unless I can circle back to it. But
Okay.
nothing. I have a premise that I'm so excited about, and I don't know what to do with it.
Marissa, what's your process?
So I will come up with a premise, and then I usually post that on Facebook, and then I'll see if it gets any sort of reaction. And then if it does, then I'll like, that's kind of like how I gauge like the amount of attention or energy that I'll give to a particular thing. And so then if it starts getting like a lot of reaction, then I'll start to try to work on it. And usually what I'll do is because I don't like open mic, but like I do like my show at Otto's, like that's a pretty like good workout room. So like I'll just kind of tell the story of how the premise came to be, or like the situation in which this premise occurred. And then while I'm talking, I just try to see if there's like any gems that are there, and I just kind of try to like flush it out on stage in front of people. And like if like something hits, then I'm just like, oh, like I need to move in this direction or that. And then like it can take me months. Like I've have bits that have taken me years to write. Like, you know, it's just like, I mean, there's a bit that like I do on and off probably the last like 4 years. It's like I just never really feel like it's finished.
You found it, yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? It's like there's something in it that I think is so funny, but I just can't polish it enough. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
Right.
it's like it's shiny and it's not like it doesn't get laughs. It gets laughs, but I don't feel like it's getting the laughs it deserves, and I feel it's because like I'm not polished enough on it.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people, like a lot of feedback from like some comics will tell me that like I spend too much time working on a bit instead of just like I could crank out more bits. But because I spend so much time like kind of like trying to sharpen it and polish it and gleam it.
We're the same. We're perfectionists. Like I like to like have, because my process is completely different from both of you guys.
Ooh,
Like,
what's yours?
I started out as an actor, so like I write everything down. Everything.
Every
Like,
word of the
every
joke.
single word in because mostly I host.
Yeah.
And so I write it all. And then I actually would do it in my living room as if like there's like an audience there. And like I'll do it like 10 times, however
you
many
find
times I
it.
feel comfortable, and keep switching it up. But like I write everything down.
Ooh.
And then I like do it in front of my roommates to like see like that's like kind of like my workout room
Mm-hmm.
to see like how they react to it. But yeah, it's completely we all
Someone once told me that every word is money in comedy. So when I have a joke that I think is close to like not perfect. I don't think any joke is perfect, but like when it's killing on stage, I will, if it's a shorter joke, write it out and see if I can eliminate any words and tighten it up, and I'll play with it that way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because I found that writing it all out, like, I will remember it more on stage. The little parts that I'm supposed to say that are important and that are money.
So like I used to do that, and like I used to kind of be to the point where I could time every bit, so I knew this bit was 45 seconds long. This bit is like a minute. This bit is like 20 seconds. Like, and like I would literally, like, if someone told me that I had 7 minutes, I could take out my, like, I used to put it on index cards, and I'd like be able to put my cards together, and like I would know this was exactly 7 minutes worth of material. Wow. But what happened was that I was not living in the moment of like the audience and the crowd. Yeah, because it's like, this is exactly how much time that this is. And so, and then I also found that like when I was strictly writing things down, that I wasn't responding to people in the audience because it's like I didn't write a response to that, and I was just letting these little things go.
See, and you went right into what happened on Friday. We had Fashion Be Funny, and I hosted like how I normally do, but I didn't rehearse the same way like I normally do. Like I'm always just like, okay, it's Friday, I'm going to do my bit this many times, and I practice it, I'm ready. But I didn't. And I went up there, and like I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do, and then like I just went up there and did it, and it was just the smoothest and most comfortable that I felt on stage.
You just go with the flow.
In a long time, I was just going with the flow, and I was talking to the audience, and it was just a different
feel. Because like that's the thing that I like, because I've kind of felt like when I was like a younger comic, like all my notes were like, you're really funny, but like you're kind of robotic, and like, you know, like you don't, like you're not like leaning into your jokes, and you're not responding to the audience because they're reacting to you, but you're just like, you're not reacting to them. And so like now part of like with my joke writing, it's like when I have a premise, when I finally come up with a punch, the only things that I'll walk into with that joke is that I know my setup with the premise and I know my punch, and then everything else in the middle I leave blank, and I just let myself come up with it as I'm there.
Oh, okay.
And so like it makes it feel fresher for me, because like a lot of times I get sick of just telling the same joke, and I'm never really exactly telling the very same joke. I'm, you know, but like I know that the premise is I need to start at this point, and this is my punch here, and how I get there doesn't matter. But like I just need to know that this is how I set the stage, and this is how I land the joke, and then like I just let the rest of it just kind of like free form, like depending upon the crowd. Because like sometimes like they'll be really into it, and then like you can lean into it more and add on to it, and you're like, you're building. And sometimes they're just like, these people, like they want setup, punch, done, setup, punch, done. And then you just tighten it up real fast. Like, you know, but like when I was in this mindset of, I wrote this joke, this is the way the joke goes. I'm kind of like one of these people that I'm just like, I'm very literal. It's like, this is my joke. This is how I wrote this joke. Like, this is how I say this joke. You got to remember
that every audience is different. So, like, just because you wrote it that way doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for that particular
I know
audience.
The jokes I typically use as my final joke and about how long those are. So, according to the light, I know to pull one of those jokes.
Yeah.
But I, besides that, rarely plan what I'm going to do when I get on stage.
Yeah.
Because if sometimes I'm feeling like doing dirty stuff and the first two dirty jokes aren't landing,
so
then you got to switch. And I'll try storytelling or clean stuff or like play with it a little bit, like story jokes. So yeah, I've gotten good at like, I have chunks. Like I know I have stuff about weight loss and dating and my mother, and like I have like a bunch of chunks, and I kind of pick and choose and pull as I go. So
it's like a buffet.
If stuff about Tourette's is killing, then I often just double
lean
down
into it.
Double down with the Tourette's.
Yeah.
See, that's the part, because I'm a young comic, so like I'm young, like in the game, and I'm still learning how to like do that.
It's hard. That takes because I'm quite a bit of
it's
time in this at this point, but that's like, and when I'm out of practice, it's harder. So like I've been on tour with one woman show, so now suddenly I'm back in comedy, and like it's going to take me a few shows to like get comfortable doing that again.
Right, because the one woman show, are you doing the same? You're doing the
No,
same
I switched
thing.
that up too.
Okay,
Yeah, I have a bunch of different versions of it, and I'll decide in the moment like
what it is?
yeah. So I'll know I have an hour, and I'll know if I'm allowed to be clean or dirty, and I'll know which ones I'm probably going to tell, but I will often gauge it and take stuff out in the moment or put stuff in.
Yeah.
I
It's like that's I feel like that's where when you start feeling the most comfortable on stage is like, and it takes a long time to trust yourself that you can actually do.
And we
that.
all still fuck it up, which
Because
is
that's
fun.
that goes back to the first segment we were talking about. Like, oh yeah, I could be a comic. Like, people don't understand. You are getting on stage with a microphone by yourself
Every day.
and-
All the time.
in a room full of people, and it's daunting,
Yeah.
but we do it.
Right.
Yeah. Which I think is so funny is because, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I could never do that. Like, that's so scary.
I get that a lot of times too.
And I'm like, I can't go on roller coasters, so we're even. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's like, you know, like the stuff that like everyday people can do. Like, I can't I can't watch a scary movie. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like get on stage, talk like you know,
Right.
tell dick jokes. Yeah, I can do
Like
that.
I can't make a souffle,
I
but
can't
I
do
can
that.
get on stage for an hour and 15 minutes without
God,
any
it's-
problem.
Yeah. And like not a, like no care in the world. Like
Make
you know.
eggs, but I can I catch pasta on fire.
I gotta
but
make more clean jokes. That's the Gina Sartoria. That's what I'm gonna do. Some clean jokes.
Yeah.
I have a-
Non-dick jokes.
that's maybe why I have writer's block, because that's been a goal. I've been trying so hard.
And it's a little difficult,
to
right?
Because my brain in any situation says, what's the dirtiest thing I could say right now? And that's where a lot of my shit comes from.
Thank you. But,
You know? So I've been trying to find, like, even my
Well, maybe
cleaner
if
stuff
you-
is still a
Yeah,
little
'cause
edgy, but
you talk about poop and stuff. So,
But that's
your stuff
network.
is a little clean.
You can
Poop
still
is, like,
poop
not
on network
bad.
television.
Poop is fine.
And
Like,
you can even do
your jokes are pretty
innuendos.
clean.
Yeah. To be honest, like I curse, but like I don't think people even notice that I'm cursing because like I don't use it as like a punctuation. I use it more as like an adjective. Like you know what I
Okay.
mean? It's
Okay.
like I feel like when people are like "fuck," like you know, like then they're like, and I'm just like I know,
You're
like,
using it as a crutch instead of using it to color the joke.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
make
That's a
sense?
good. That's a good adjective. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
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 I
'cause
pushed
there's
the
a way-
thought out and it hurt.
Yeah.
It's so
But that's what, as a comedian, I feel like curse words should be in general, unless you're like a comedian that's just known for
just cursing. Yeah.
Right.
But like, we're kind of beyond that. Like,
People
as a
want, I think,
comedic
smart
exciting
comedy.
thing,
I think
do
people want
people
to,
do
like-
want smart comedy.
Yeah,
They want to
like-
go to the show and be able to think and
Yeah.
get other people's perspective about life.
Like I know, like my opening joke, like is that like that bit about the birds, and I always say that's fucking gross, right? And like I don't think that people even notice that I'm saying fucking, like you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, because it doesn't.
It's
You're
just-
not
it
like,
just
that's
goes
gross.
across.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Right, like
exactly.
that.
Right, it's
Yeah.
fucking gross, right?
yeah, it's like
no,
that's
it's
fucking
very-
gross,
yeah.
right? Like you know, and I'm like I know, like you know. It's but like I feel like it's just I'm using it as like a descriptor, not as like you know like
Not a crutch.
yeah like so I like a lot of people don't like so there like there's a comic that keeps trying to book me for this like charity event and like she's always like oh like you know you got to be clean and then like she kind of gave up on like the like oh you got to be clean thing and I'm just like I know you want everybody to be clean on this and like I don't know that I can be clean. Like it's
Right,
like
because it's like, who can we name who's a clean comic?
There are
Like
comics who are
Seinfeld.
capable on television, but off Seinfeld, but off
Seinfeld.
But in a
like,
club, they're
that's-
not.
But in a club, it's a
Right.
different thing.
Yeah.
Like, on stage, it's like one thing.
I
mean, like, on TV, like, that's
I can do
like,
clean, but I can't do more than 20 minutes.
Right,
of
but you're
squeaky
also
clean.
like you're accustomed to doing clean, and like that's part of your gig.
Yeah,
is doing
you
clean.
do camps and
I
with
do.
shit
Yeah,
with kids. How do
so,
you not
like-
say shit with kids?
I don't. Well, so camps give me permission. I have one joke that teens love, and it's got 2 bad words in it, and so I often get permission for that. And then I get a gauge of like, what's this camp's line? What's the age group that I'm performing for?
Yeah.
But I'm capable of doing. Because I use storytelling too with comedy,
Okay.
but I'm capable of doing an hour of storytelling and comedy that is squeaky clean.
Yeah.
That's cute. And
Uh-huh.
I love it. Because I used to be a camp counselor, so like we go after we talk about this, we got to talk because
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, that's awesome that you've been doing like all these camps.
There was a few
like,
camps where they had in the same room 3rd grade through seniors in high school, and they were like, "Go, hour, do it," and I was like,
right,
Because
but
then it's
like I can feel like I can handle that because I used to do that.
I can, but you have to kind of It's like
You
you,
have
have
to do
find
something-
where the balance
Yeah,
is. You
because
Yeah.
can't-
you can't be over the head of the 3rd graders, and you can't bore the
You
seniors.
can't. Yeah, so it's like you got to find a balance.
that's very
Which I
difficult.
usually do, but it's taken years for me to get comfortable with that. Typically, camps will break it up to elementary and middle in one, and then high school in the other. Or
Right.
like 8th through 12th does one show, and little kids through 7th do the other show.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I make more money.
Right, because you're doing 2 shows.
2 shows.
Yeah. I would suggest that. When
And it
they're-
goes better.
Yeah.
Almost always it goes better.
Yeah. Because like I don't know, like my whole problem is like especially since I don't know what I'm going to like I don't know what I'm going to say, like I always know my opener and I always know my closer, but then the jokes that happen in between, I don't know what that's going to be like. And then also because I don't know how I'm getting from my setup to my punch, it's possible I might end up cursing. And so like I don't want to take the responsibility of agreeing to not curse.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take me out of being in the moment, cuz like this whole process and journey for me right now is about being in the moment and being with my audience and like being in the room and present and just trying to feel the energy and kind of reflect that
But I
back
think
in
if you were
the-
present in a room of children, you'd feel that energy and your brain would not let you say a bad word.
Right.
Because I
And-
think I
but
am
that's-
present, but I do think my brain
Right.
doesn't forget for even
Right.
a second that there's
But,
children
like,
in the
this
room.
is-
But that's why I feel like the writing it down would like work in a situation where if
that.
I'm doing, middle schoolers, this is what I need to say, and I can't go beyond that.
Yeah.
And these are where the
when
punchlines
I'm
are.
doing shows for kids, I don't veer off far from what I have with
Right.
one-woman shows.
Because you could
It's
do that in a
always-
room full of adults.
Yeah.
Because I might pick and choose different stories, but I'm not telling any of them in a new way.
right.
Sometimes a
You're
little
telling
bit,
them in
but
the old way that you've already rehearsed them,
Yes.
and you know that you're not going to say fuck.
yes,
in the middle.
I have once made a very big bad mistake in front of a room of teenagers, but it was just the one time, and it was truthfully the hardest show I'd ever done with tough teens in the middle of nowhere, and my brain stopped for a second, and I said one really bad thing.
Now, is this like, and I could be like,
wait, I don't know what she said.
but like, okay, what was your word?
It was a really sexual thing, and I don't remember exactly what it is,
Oh.
but I have the joke 3 ways. I have it squeaky clean, in between, and really dirty, and I meant for the in between one, and the really dirty one came out.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, but like, I have a question because I don't necessarily fully understand the like the Tourette's because like I had a classmate in high school that had Tourette's.
Yells bad words.
She yells bad words.
Yeah.
So is that like something that you ever worry
I
about?
did when I was younger.
Okay.
But for every 4 people that have Tourette's, only one of them yells bad words.
Okay.
So it's like much more rare. I did when I was younger. At this point, I don't do that anymore, which sucks. But like, if I did say a bad word and I felt like I could blame it on Tourette's, I might.
Yeah.
If it's a matter of like, don't get paid or not.
Yeah.
But for that,
I'm like, I'm sorry. You knew I had Tourette's.
I'm bad.
Wait.
You knew when I booked
Dude,
you
I booked
me.
this gig.
Like,
You told me
I
I
know,
booked.
I'm literally talking about Tourette's, so you can't get mad when I have it. But I've never had. I think my brain sees kids and is just so good at just like. I mean, I went to school for working with kids. My master's is in child advocacy.
Right.
So I think my brain sees kids in an audience, and it just thank God, just knows to shut off the like all of my favorite words.
Yeah.
And then if I'm in a comedy club and I have a drink in my hand, my
Then
brain
it's like,
knows to go balls to
dirty.
the wall, and I can say whatever I
Yeah.
want. So I'm like
Bust it
very
open.
thankful that I'm able to like be 2 people. I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
I'm 2 people.
Because like I went to like an all girls Catholic school, and so like this girl would, as soon as she saw a nun, she'd call her a cunt. She's like cunt, and we were just like,
Was it Tourette's?
like
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, and it was like we'd always just be like, oh, and we're just looking around, and then like,
If they didn't get mad, it probably was.
yeah,
Right? Or was it?
but like we would all just be like, oh man. And like the nun would like she'd stop writing on the board for a second, and then she'd just be like,
Yeah. Okay,
and
so
then, like,
probably
keep
was
going.
Tourette's.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Sometimes I don't miss
just
the
say
part of
cut.
Tourette's where I yelled all of the words, because in certain situations it got me in a lot of situations, like bad ones, like being at like cops pulling me out of a baseball game. But like fun, but yeah.
it's like
Ooh.
really.
I know. I've hundreds of stories. Even when I'm like an awful person on stage at a comedy club and I'm saying whatever I want, I still have the same like values as when I'm squeaky clean, and I
Yeah.
think that helps.
So now,
They're all questionable.
because like you're a comic and you're also like a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Like, do you often find that people ask you to volunteer your time and your services?
Yes. And it drives me nuts. I just think, first of all, if you're making money off of an event, don't ask performers to volunteer their time. It's not fair. It's not fair to anyone. Even if, like, if I decided that my job and volunteering were the same thing, I'd be fucked. Like, and I do have a rule that I do 2 pro bono things a year where like a school that I know could never afford my speaking performance fee.
Right.
Like I had a school reach out to me across the country that was like, listen, we had 3 back-to-back suicides. We want you to come headline a day about kids like being good to themselves. What's your fee? We're going to fundraise. And I was like, or pay for my flight. Let's just do this. You're going to be one of my 2.
Yeah.
So I do have a rule where I'll try to do 2 a year, but almost always I'm the one bringing up that I'm going to do it for free. It's never been someone asking me where I say yes.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise I feel like I'm going to be, it's like, I don't want people to, yeah, it's like,
No,
There's
what
value
What you
in
do
what
is
we do.
value.
Yeah, and what all of us do.
What all of us do, and
I know, like, so, like, I was approached to, like, do this, this fundraiser, and the thing that annoyed me was they told me that basically they were paying everyone else.
but the comics.
Like, so it's like, oh, well, we're paying the host, the headliner, and the feature, but we can't pay you.
Oh, then no.
And I was just like, no, thank you. And like, and to be honest with you, like, she keeps asking me to do this event, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
There are shows in
Like-
the city where I'll do comedy for free or for a drink, because I think this is where I come back to work on my craft and like work on it and test jokes and get better.
This
but
is
if you're
different.
asking me to get on an airplane, get on a train, or get on a bus and perform for free, no.
Yeah, like, if you're
you've made me
raising
realize that, like, I
thousands
can't,
of
right,
dollars.
like, you're like, I can't be doing extra. Like, I'm here.
Right.
There's enough comedy in New York City for me to be here. If you want me to leave New York City,
Yep.
you need to pay me.
That's why comics make money by touring. That's why we leave to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it's hard that not a lot of shows in New York are paying, but
Right.
I get it. It's also a lot of
Right,
small,
but
small
yeah, I mean,
shows.
because it's New York City, it's the capital of comedy. I feel like, right, like, and just in general.
But like this week, I had a place that wanted me to fly across the country. Say we actually have a policy that we ask everyone to come volunteer their time, and I was like, well, I have a policy that I pay my bills on time. Like,
yeah.
Right. Hey,
you know, like if I was a millionaire, maybe that would be different.
Yeah.
But
right.
today,
It's like,
where
I'm a
I
working
am,
girl. Like,
yeah, I can't give up 4 days of my life to do this. Like, I could maybe give up 2 hours, but you're across the country, so it's not possible.
That's
Yeah.
not possible, right?
Yeah.
Find somebody in your city,
Yeah.
right?
you know, it's
I wish comics would all get better at. We don't ask for a lot, but like you got to pay us something. Yeah. Not always in the city. Fine, I get it, but like. If you're asking us to go out of the city and you're a professional comedian, like something,
well, like
a meal and the train ticket and $20.
it's well,
I go to Philly for that.
Yeah, I would too.
festivals
Yeah.
don't like pay you either, and so like it's like, you know, you're spending all this money to go to this festival.
Who's making the money from those festivals, though?
the
Like,
festival?
that's what I'm
Exactly.
struggling with.
And so like when you get there, like, so I recently did this festival, and basically they're kind of like trying to pay you in edibles, and it's just like I don't even smoke pot,
Right.
like you know what I mean? And
I
it's
go to festival for edibles.
Yeah, I might
you know
too.
something.
Hold on.
I don't do edibles, and to be honest with you, I just do not like. I don't understand why black people fuck around with these damn edibles, because like I am telling you right now, every time I've seen a black person on an edible, they are fucked up. But like I feel like no offense, but like I feel like people of non-color start edibles at 12 years old, and like by the time they're like, you know, older, like they can handle an edible.
I didn't start edibles until my adult years, and let me tell you, first of all, an edible and I'm fucked. But if I do a fourth of one, I just have no Tourette's for like 3 weeks.
Oh really?
It's a
so
gift.
right though. An edible and you're fucked. Like,
Yeah, I take a fourth of one, and then I'm very high and have no Tourette's. That's how my mother
I'm
always
telling-
catches me.
There was
You're not twitching.
Yeah,
Bitch, you're
literally-
not twitching.
Literally, my college roommate, I came home high, and she was like, "You don't have Tourette's right now. You're high." Like, I used to get busted for getting high because I came home normal.
Oh God, it's great.
It's like because I was at this.
That's true though. I be saying, yeah.
I was at this festival, and there was me and one black guy. We were like the only two. Like I think we were like the only two black people on this festival, and like they gave him a chocolate bar, and he ate the whole chocolate bar. And I went outside to smoke a cigarette.
Did he
and-
know that there was weed in it?
Yeah.
Did he think that a whole chocolate bar was like one serving of weed?
Yeah,
Is it a
probably.
serving?
He probably thought that's how much you ate.
Oh,
and
no.
so like this is what I'm saying. And like you, when I saw like you were all fucked too. And so like
Yeah, you see me on edible.
yeah, and it was just like I'm go to the bathroom. You do not throw up in this house. Like you know, it's like, but it's like So like I don't know, because I don't fuck around with that shit at all. And so it was just kind of like people were like I was doing this show, and like they were giving me edibles, and I'm like, I don't do edibles. And so
You
then
didn't take them and then give them to me?
no, I gave them to comics that were on the show. I'm not traveling from Maine with fucking edibles in my purse. Wait, like,
That's
do I
true.
look like the fucking cartel? No,
right,
thank
you're
you.
a black one America in the
Like-
Trump America.
Yeah, no, you're not putting me in one of those camps. So that like. So like I would give them to like people on the show, and then they would buy me a beer for giving them an edible.
Oh, okay.
So like that's how I worked that out.
It's like you found a prison trade situation.
Yeah, I ended up in the camp anyway.
I got an edible. Hey, yo, I got an edible.
Yeah, it's like
Buy me a glass of Chardonnay.
Right?
It's just like it's like
You got
They
that
got-
Sauvignon Blanc?
That's the good shit.
Hey,
It's
that's
like-
Sabi.
it's like this is 85% cacao.
You see that motherfucker over
hungry
there?
again.
Have you
He's-
fucked up like him?
It-
The black
this-
guy on the show.
He was like it was like he slid down the building. It was like he went to lean back on the building, and he slid down the building, and his head was back and his arms were like this, and he was just kind of like using the side of the building as a pillow, and his like legs were all sprawled out, and I'm like, yo, isn't he on the show? And they're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he up next.
And I'm like, did he even go up yet? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh,
He's not going up.
He's
It's
not
over.
going up. And so like then like finally
Well, see, okay, first of all, black man in America, why would you do that before you knew you had to do a show? You keep it to yourself.
telling you.
Just wait
Black
until
people don't be
because
screwing
I don't
around
do
with
right.
these
I don't like
edibles.
to. I don't know. Screw around with an edible. I don't do a drink. I do one
I
drink
think
before I
taking
get on
race
stage.
out of it, if you're there to do a show, get high or drunk after the show.
I'm like to be fair,
This is true.
this
Take
show
race
was
away,
called
exactly.
Comics on Chronic.
Oh, well,
So they
that's
were
a piece
all-
of information you should have shared.
They were all high. They were all high,
ahead, take
but
race out, you're right.
but when you're adding the race back into it, all of the people of non-color were fine. It was like the
So they don't want to
much.
name it chronic.
You just
They-
took too much. Oh,
Uh-uh.
poor guy.
because like
No,
probably
see, chronics on with comics
On Chronic, yeah.
See, in that case, I would not smoke all day and then hit the blunt when I got on stage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, they were like, and I'm not saying that these people weren't fucked up, but there were guys on there that ate as much as him, but they were still functional. What I'm saying is that they had built up a tolerance that they could still be functional, but this guy was just like, no, like, I don't know.
I feel bad for him. Poor
know.
guy. Probably flew across the country to be on a comedy festival
Right.
and ate a whole chocolate
Where's
bar.
he from? Can you book him on Fast Be Funny?
He's from Colorado.
So no.
He's from Colorado.
And he didn't know how to.
He's from Colorado. This
Fuck
is
that
what
guy.
This is what
So
I'm
then
saying.
this is on him because he should have been figuring out how to use edibles far. in
Hello,
advance.
wait, Colorado.
I'm done.
Come on now.
Yeah, this is
and now
on
I'm done.
him. Yeah,
now
I'm on him.
back
Sorry.
to you, black man in America. Like, figure it
No.
out. You from Colorado?
No, but this,
You should know how to hang.
I feel like this might actually be like something that is like just not like easily digestible or something. Like it's
Maybe.
just like
or
I
maybe
might
someone
be
made it and it was just like crazy. I don't know.
like. Well, I think it's legal
That's
there.
true too, because it's different edibles. All edibles are not the same.
Yeah, all
I
edibles
think
are
it's
created
legal
different.
there, and like this was like an actual
Oh,
company.
this is an illegal.
This was like a legal
It's an
company.
illegal edible.
Yeah, no. I
Guess
think
what,
it was-
bitch? It's not an edible. It's mushrooms.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
terrifying.
No, because if that was happening, he'd be like running around the room.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But we should start wrapping this up. Before we go, just tell everybody where they can find you on social media, what projects you're working on. I'm going to start with you, Pamela.
So social media, Instagram and Twitter at Pamela Comedy. And I keep typically, sometimes an updated list of shows on my website at PamelaComedy.com. And I'm on your show coming up at some point.
The 7th at Otto's Shrunken Head.
Yay, that one. Come hang out.
Rodney Daniels.
I'm always here with Marissa Smith doing Big Talk and Brewskis every Friday. So I love that. And I'm Fashion Be Funny hosting that September 27th. If you guys are in New York City, come check it out. It is an amazing show. I'm producing my first show October 5th at Gino's Tutorial in Brooklyn.
Woohoo!
Yes. Look it up on Facebook. Yeah. Anything else? All my handles, right down. Marissa Smith.
You can follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. I'm on Facebook, Marissa Smith. You can follow this show on Twitter at Big Talk and Brew.
Oh, woo.
Woohoo! I'm going to be at the Creek in the Cave September the 5th at 8 o'clock. I will be at Otto's Shrunken Head September the 7th at 6:30. The 8th, I'll be at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. The 11th, catch me in Jersey City at Bobby D's in Jersey City.
I'm just so
Yes,
impressed
Bobby
with your
D's in
memory of
Jersey
this right
City.
now.
like
Right. You do break.
I know where I'm going tomorrow.
This one.
And as always, catch me at Broadway Comedy Club for Fashionably Funny on
Ayo.
September the 27th. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, you guys, Boris just hijacked the English government. We're all fucked. Bye.
We're all fucked. Bye.
Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talk and brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talk and brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.